What's going on, Falcon fans? This your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So today we're going to talk about these Atlanta Falcons and how embarrassing it was to lose on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings, and how this team is going to move forward. How they're going to rebound from this, try to get back um, to some kind of winning formula, try to look like the team that many of us thought they could be started this season. All right, it's a lot of questions to answer. Who's to blame? How can they fix it? Um, and are the Falcons who we thought they were? Right, go play the Minnesota Vikings. You quote the old Dennis Green. Um, they are who we thought they were. Right. You know, the old saying is that you are what your record says you are. Pretty much, right? That's what it boils down to. You are what your record says you are. We're 4-5. That's the Atlanta Falcons. Had one the easiest schedule in the NFL this year. You know, according to last year's schedule of the teams they had to play, no first place opponents, nothing like that. All these rookie backup quarterbacks, and the Atlanta Falcons just been playing bad. It's just no other way around it. Um, and I think it all culminated to me personally on Sunday when I was at the game. You notice I have not been on here in a couple of days because, to be honest with you, I was just pissed. Right. Um, Most embarrassing. I've been a Atlanta Falcon fan for back to Jerry Glanville, you know, too legit to quit, Deion Sanders, those guys, the Dirty Birds, go all the way back. I've been an Atlanta Falcon fan a long time, and I can honestly say I have never been as disappointed as I was in the team that I saw on the field on Sunday, and that's why it took me time to actually come out here and express, because I could have just went into like a complete rant, and I'm going to give you guys my insight, what I think the Atlanta Falcons, how they played on Sunday, um, what probably in my opinion that needs to change. It's not, to me, it's really simple when you think about some of the things, that some of the changes they definitely could make, but at the end of the day, that was just an embarrassing loss for the Atlanta Falcons. It's no other way to put my head around it. They should be ashamed of themselves. They want the fans to come out and support, and when you get performances like that, especially when you already got a city where, you know, it's so many questions, so many fans don't believe in this team, don't believe in the coach, the quarterback situation, should have drafted this guy. So many different questions and answers that you can just already lay out about this team, and then they go out and play the way they played. It's no, you know, excuses for the performance they put on the field on Sunday. Um, I know they're not happy with it. That don't mean anything, right? These guys get paid, but being an Atlanta Falcon fan, and like I said, you've been a fan long as I feel. You feel like this team is never going to get right? And now we're to the point where it's being so the play on the field is starting to affect, in my opinion, this regime, and are we going down the road to where we about to have to start over again with a different coach, right? That's where, in my opinion, it's starting to go right now, and we starting to go down to the place where, do we need to do we is it already time to start talking about new coachings and all that stuff? um just disappointing, man. That's where I'm at today. Definitely going to get into it, about some things they definitely can fix. Yes, they have 8 games left, but at this point, um, being 4-5, lost the division lead that they definitely could have had. Continue. They had their own destiny. Now they got to go out. They still, everything's still ahead of the Falcons. That's true. So it's not doom and gloom per se, but the performance they put on the field on Sunday, it seems like it is where can they go from there? And I'm going to definitely tell you what I mean by that from some of the things I seen on Sunday. And you guys definitely can chime in. Let me know what you think. With that being said, guys, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to this channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like to hear what I talk about. And please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So, like I said, um, that was embarrassing. That was probably the most embarrassing thing that I've seen in a long time from this team. Um, you know, to start with offense in general, you just look at what the offense did. Um, Still having trouble, scoring the ball in the red zone, right? If it weren't for Young Way Cool, you wouldn't have any points at all. He's outstanding. If you want to look at one bright spot, if you can take a bright spot out the game, Young Way Cool definitely was the bright spot. But I mean, just the inept ability to score in the red zone. I mean, you get the ball on the 1 yard line and you can't punch it in, right? And I don't understand the play calling down there. Um, you do a jet sweep to Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith was a good player. I'm not taking anything away from Jonnu Smith, but you got 3 running backs who's over 220 pounds. You'd wait till the last minute to try to run one of them. Um, you drafted a running back at number 8 overall. He gets no touches in the red zone. You got a freaking 6'6" tight end who's probably a mismatch every time he's out there with jump balls. Don't try to get him the ball. The play calling is just atrocious in the red zone. And what it boils down to now is that he's overthinking everything, right? All right, the play calling is overthinking everything in the red zone. It's you have to start questioning what is going on. Like you making it more harder than what it is, right? You got all those running backs, you got all those big running backs, you got a number 4 overall pick in the draft, and you don't utilize none of these guys, right? It's simple, right? What was really heartbreaking because you didn't have this kind of talent in Tennessee, right? And you kept it simple, right? Get a ball to Derrick Henry and freaking put some points on the board. Well, you got way more talent in Atlanta, and then you try to complicate everything. Why? Why complicate it? Just make it simple. Get a ball to your freaking running backs. Utilize Kyle Pitts with the height advantage that you got. Put points on the board. We wouldn't even been in the situation we was if we could score points in the red zone. Get the ball at the 1 yard. That's the most embarrassing thing I ever seen, you know, from a team that all that talent, right? Offensive masterminds per se, right? Can't get the ball in the end zone. With all the talent, you're not a team that lacks talent on offense. That's not the case. It's far from it. I mean, it's you have an environment of riches on offense. I mean, look at all the offensive weapons you have, and it's really just sad to see that the Atlanta Falcons can't put points on the board. Right? You get 2 turnovers, and you come away with 6 points. Right? They get 2 turnovers, they come away with 11 points. Right? That tells you the game. It's it boils down to the defense at the end, but at the end of the day, the defense should have never been put in that position because the game should have been a blowout. As simple as that. Our offense is not where it needs to be, and yes, it starts with the coach. It starts with the coach. It starts with the play calling, and right now, I'm not going to try to go out and defend this. Yes, this regime had much promise. It really did, right? You look at the first 2 seasons, winning 7 games with the roster that we had, but it was fool's gold because now we have a roster, we have a good team, we have pieces that we went out. We spent a lot of money on defense. You invested capital on the offensive side of the ball, and you're no better than what you were last year. And it's an embarrassment to every Falcon fan that want to come out and watch you guys play and support the team. Diehard Falcon fan like myself and other guys out there that put our freaking blood, sweat, and tears. I come on here, I talk about the team, and I be excited every week, and then to not perform to the level that you should perform, it started at the top, man, and it started the coaching, right? And that's where it needs to start. The changes need to happen right there. That's start right there. Understand that you have the pieces to get the job done, but you just not utilize them. It's always a thing that coaches need to put their players in the best position to be successful. Well, you have the players. It's no excuses. You got 3 first-round picks on your team, right? It's no excuses that you can't be able to put points on the board. Although guys can create mismatches, right? The last 2 seasons, Cardell Patterson put up so many touchdowns in the red zone. He don't even get a touch in the red zone. It's simple, and you're making it hard because I guess you think you just smarter than everybody else. That's what it boils down to. And I'm simplifying everything. All right, it's a lot more to it, but at the end of the day, all right, why if I just run the ball 3 times with my 3 big running backs, maybe I get in the end zone, right? But no, I'm gonna run a jet sweep to my second string tight end. Um, I'm not going to even try to throw the ball not one time. It's embarrassing, man. It really is embarrassing. That's what it boils down to. Um, there's no other way around it. The Atlanta Falcons just really embarrassed themselves on Sunday. The next thing you want to talk about is the quarterback position, right? We had all this hoopla about the change of bringing in the backup quarterback, right? We brought him in, but guess what? He's a second string quarterback. The Atlanta Falcons does not have a franchise quarterback on the roster right now. They don't have a guy that could lead this team to play well in the playoffs, right? Um, Honestly, I felt like Desmond Ritter probably moved the ball better than Taylor Heineke did. Um, that's just my opinion. I just think that he probably moved the ball better than Taylor Heineke did. It's just simple as that. Taylor Heineke probably had 4, 5 passes that should have been intercepted, right? He got one intercepted. So we don't have a quarterback. That's another problem. So this franchise is in a flux where now we have to depend on a backup quarterback, a young rookie that does not have any confidence to try to get us somewhere. So Atlanta Falcons still have a quarterback problem. Taylor Heineke is definitely not the answer. I think we knew that anyway. He did move the ball well in Tennessee, but yet on Sunday, um, just made too many bad plays. Simply as that. He had some good flashes. Yes, he had the scoring drive. Go ahead touchdown at the end. But other than that, man, it's just so we back at square one. The quarterback. I know he announced that Taylor Heineke is going to start this weekend. It don't even matter. Doesn't matter if Desmond Ritter start, Taylor Heineke start. At this point, we're at the point where we just hoping they don't turn the ball over. All right, we had 2 more critical turnovers in the game, and they got 11 points off of it. Right, all the momentum in the world, 20-13. Just scored big play from Jonnu Smith. Bijan Robinson break it, and he fumbles the ball. Just that simple, just that easy. That's what happens, right? The next drive after they score a touchdown, the next drive, Taylor Heineke throws an interception. Almost get back for a pick 6, right? That's what happened. It's that simple. That's what happened in the game, right? So 2 drives back to back, 2 turnovers, big drives, momentum plays, right? Like you can't get off on way. And then like some people say, are the Falcons cursed? It seems like it. Guys, that the way the Atlanta Falcons played on Sunday, um, I don't understand how they won any game the way they played on Sunday. That's just the way that game went for me. Most embarrassing game I've ever been part of. Um, and I agree with everything you're saying. We need a good quarterback to draft next year. See. So I'm glad you brought up the quarterback, but this the problem. Who's gonna be the coach, man? Have we seen how Arch Smith can be? Right? Has he reached his point where he can't take the team further than where it is right now? Right? I mean, think about it. Yeah, I mean, and I mentioned it, but you go in the draft, right? The first draft of their regime, right? Everybody thinking they're going to go quarterback, right? Most probably people thought they was going to go Justin Fields, right? And number 4, right? They go Kyle Pitts, right? Great pick at the time, generational tight end, um, coming in the highest pick tight end in NFL history, right? Kyle Pitts coming in. They still got Matty Ice, um, and they win 7 games in that season with no cap space and all that, right? The second year they go out and everybody thinking they're going defense, right? We need a pass rusher. Ain't had a pass rusher in over, you know, 13, 14 years since John Abraham left. They go out and they to get Drake London. All right. Cool. We cool with it. Great pick. All right. You got to replace, Julio. You're trying to, get a new number 1 target for your quarterback, whoever that's going to be, right? So you go out and get Drake London, right? So cool. Everybody cool with that. Drake London pans out to seem like he's going to be a good, you know, pro player in this league, right? The next season, everybody thinking they're going defense again, right? We need a cornerback. Cornerbacks on the board. Jalen Carter's on the board. All these guys, they go out and get a generational running back in B. John Robinson, right? That's what everybody's saying, generational running back and B. John Robinson, right? So what I'm saying is you got a head coach that lays his head. Like this is his staple. This is what he is brought to Atlanta for, to be the offensive guru, right? First, you know, um, number 1 offense in Tennessee, the number 2 offense in Tennessee, back-to-back seasons, right? Mastermind, good, smart offensive mind gonna come in and he's gonna take, all these weapons that he have drafted back to back to back 3 years and be able to look dynamic, right? And then what we get, right? You got the second string tight end, got more catches than the first string tight end, right? The running back that you had who was dynamic, don't get me wrong, Tyler Algier was awesome the past year, has more impactful plays in the game than the number 8th overall, generational running back that you drafted, right? Don't get any touches in the red zone, right? Drake London barely started to get in the rhythm, right? It's just you got all these weapons on offense and you don't even utilize them, right? So the question is, we go out and we're gonna, you know, get a quarterback, but who's going to be the coach, right? Can Arthur Smith, if he does come back next season, can he afford to have a rookie quarterback come in and try to? That's the question. Does Arthur Smith have the time? Is he going to be the guy to take this team to the next level? And I hate saying this, man, because I'm tired of changing. Because once you bring in a new coach, right? They want to put their own spin on it. They want to do this. I thought Atlanta Falcons was at a point where we was going to start to be able to compete, right? You look at the Detroit Lions, right? And they came in the same time as that coach Dan Campbell came in the same time Arthur Smith, right? They're ahead of us right now, right? Yes, they already got their quarterback. I get it. They have a quarterback, but they're ahead of us. Now, For his records, him and Arthur Smith probably have about the same record, in that time span. 18 wins. Both guys got like 18 wins. So it's not like Dan Campbell has lit up, everything. But this season, when going his third season, you start to see where this team is going. That's where we thought we was going to see Arthur Smith, right? We thought we was heading in the right direction. Remember, this is supposed to be an easy schedule for the Atlanta Falcons, right? Look how many quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, backup quarterbacks that we have played over these first 9 games, right? We have not played a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback yet, and we 4-5. We have not played one Pro Bowl caliber quarterback in this span, and we 4-5. Like, that's embarrassing. And it's not really on the defense so much. It's the offense, which our head coach supposed to be. We supposed to be able to score more points. We averaging 18.4 points a game right now. That's how many points the Atlanta Falcons averaging. 18.4 points a game. Last year we was third, fourth in rushing. We went and got a generational running back. Now we're ninth in rushing, right? We 17th in passing. And that's due to Desmond Ridder pretty much, right? Desmond Ridder, he was slinging the ball around. He couldn't stop turning over the ball. We're probably the worst turnover team in the league right now. Just from an offensive standpoint, which the head coach is supposed to be that guy. He's supposed to have the offense humming. This is where he's supposed to have the offense. That's what it is. And right now, that's not the case. The coach has a plan to get the receivers open, crossing routes, ins and out, short stuff, but the quarterbacks are looking at one receiver and not looking off the coverage. You know what? You're right. It could be the quarterback. I agree with that. But the question is, who decision it was to bring Taylor Heineke in and go with Desmond Ridder? So if we don't have a quarterback, it's still on him. At this point, man, I at this point just play the rookie quarterback and let him figure out, right? Because I don't think we can get any worse. That's just my opinion. Like they decided to bring key. They decided to stick with Desmond Ridder, right? And hey, I was right along with them. But at this point, um, you would think with all the talent that you assembled around the young quarterback, you can develop a game plan to have these guys be more productive. And that's not what we've seen so far. So quarterbacks can't read defenses, don't change the play. Yep. Quarterback. Yes, the teams we're playing, they suck. Every team we have played this season, like like this right here is like this is so true. Every team we have played this season freaking suck, man. Like they do. Like we the get whack team for every team we play, and that's why last week game was so embarrassing, man. On all levels, it was so embarrassing. We knocked out their backup quarterback. Listen, we knocked out their backup quarterback, put in a quarterback who had been with the team for 5 days, didn't even know all the players' names. And we give up explosive plays, right? Defensive coach called perfect blitzes to get the quarterback on the ground. We can't make a tackle. Like 3 different occasions, we had him in third and long. And they let the quarterback get out of their grabs. He was playing sandlot footballs against the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. That's embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing. It's like you guys you take these scrub teams for granted. They NFL professional teams, just like every other team in the league. And if you don't come out with your A game and put your throat on these guys, they stay around and beat you in the end. And that's what's happening. It's embarrassing. We have not played a good team with a great quarterback yet. And we 4-5. Like it's so embarrassing, man. Like I don't I that's where I think it's right. It's too complicated. Yes. He's complicating the game. That's what he's doing. Like I said, man, in Tennessee, never the nearly the talent he has here. Nowhere near, right? He had Derrick Henry, he had AJ Brown, maybe, right? He had John Smith. Those like his three key guys that he had in Tennessee, right? Kept it simple. Run the ball with Derrick Henry, play action pass. It was just that simple. In Atlanta, you got a three-headed monster. All guys are dynamic running the ball. Every last one of them, they're dynamic running the ball, right? You gotta everybody keeps saying they call the guy a unicorn, right? Coming out of college. They drafted him before overall. He see the stat. He has never got 10 targets in a game. That's embarrassing, Arthur Smith. Kyle Pitts has never got 10 targets in a game, and he's the number 4 overall pick in the draft. Like, come on, man. You're making the game more difficult than it needs to be. It's just that simple. Like, why? 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 Testing, testing, testing. Yes, like I said, Arthur Smith is going to get the blame. That's just guys. I'm about to head out. I keep getting knocked out, so I'm gonna try to talk. If I actually fall off again, well then I'm gonna actually like I was saying, it's the coach. That's where it boils down to. So guys, I'm about to go ahead and log out. It's my internet is acting up on me today. Definitely be back tomorrow, but I want to go ahead and shout out. Um, didn't get to finish my points tonight. Waricundo. Peace.